Welcome Aries to your February 2023 reading. Let's have a look at what energies or what messages Spirit has for you this month and what energies are around you. So your overall energy for the month of February is the Owl Spirit, and it says you see clearly now. And I think that's very true for Aries, I think, because Mars has gone direct. So Mars went direct on the 12th of January. So you're really going to be feeling that. Everybody is, but especially for you because Mars is your ruling planet. So you see clearly now. I think that's really befitting. Now we have the 4 tarot cards as the way the energy is likely to flow, or a week by week forecast depending on how the messages fall. And then we have 2 more oracle cards as additional information. So we have the Emperor, Temperance, 7 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, we have Humility, and we have Soul Goals. Wow, that's quite a real interesting energy, actually. I'm kind of keen to see how this is going to play out. So Aries, I'll start off with your overall energy. So as mentioned earlier, it's Owl Spirit, and it says you see clearly now. And I think it's not just seeing clearly so you can make good decisions, also that you can actually make a decision, because I think a lot of Aries have felt that either there hasn't been any choices, so they haven't been able to make any decisions because there's been either too many roadblocks, or you just didn't have the opportunities in front of you, you didn't have the possibilities, or you maybe just didn't see them. But there's this sense of seeing clearly now with a sense of the Owl Spirit, which is wisdom. So I feel that all of us, all of us have really been through a learning process. But with you, Aries, it's really, in this reading, I'm really feeling it. There's a sense of realigning with our values, realigning with our truths, that I think life has, we kind of get caught up in life, don't we? And then we drift away sometimes from the things that are really important to us, and we chase other dreams, maybe based a little bit more on our ego. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does take us away from maybe what really fulfills us, what really drives us, not in a I need to succeed in order to have this, that, or the other, but just a joy-filled need. I feel when we're following our soul, we're kind of following our bliss. Doesn't mean that it's always perfect, it's always joyful, but there's a sense of a deeper meaning in it. And I think it's that deeper meaning that really keeps us on our path, really keeps us true to our cause, and it fuels us. I feel this Owl Spirit, Aries, it's looking right at you. And I feel that that's how you are going to be in the world. You're going to look at the world and see it for what it is. But there's no judgment. There's just seeing. And I wonder if you've already started to feel this, to sense this, to kind of get a feeling for it. I really feel, because Mars is actually traveling, much faster now than it did back in January when it turned and started to go direct. And so I feel this process has already started. And I feel this wisdom is carrying you. I think this wisdom is also making you, I get a real sense of being really less judgmental. You know, looking at people, and maybe they're not your cup of tea, but I feel that that's going to be okay. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to pull out all their negative traits in order to say, well, look, I don't want to be with them because of this, that, and the other. It'll just be like, oh, we're not aligned. And I really get this sense of this like higher wisdom, higher understanding. And Aries, I really feel this energy, this clarity, this deeper understanding is really going to serve you. And I really see that in the tarot cards, because I really feel like the energies are split in two. And it is because you've got the major arcana and the minor arcana, but also the energies of it. And for some of you, this could be a bit like a timestamp. So you've got the first 2 weeks, and then you've got the last 2 weeks. It can be a little bit of coming into this energy in order to develop this energy. I feel this is your inner work, and the major arcana for me is all about how spirit, how the universe, how God helps us, how our higher self helps us, how they align things for us. And I always talk about that as if it's you and another entity. It's all one. We're all connected. We're definitely connected to our higher self and to God or the universe or spirit, our angels, however you connect with the unseen. And we're connected to each other as well. But this is, I separate the two because language kind of makes me feel like I need to, but it's you, it's your higher self. It's that connection that comes in, and you co-create with that. There's a co-creation with the physicality of the world, and then the ether, the tangible and the intangible is probably a better way of saying it. And I feel like there's almost like a stage of you coming into your own Aries. The Emperor is your card in the major arcana. And there's a sense of you coming into your understanding, you coming into your true power. And I feel it's been because of lessons learned. You know, the mountains behind is the achievements, but it's also, for me, you know, mountains are hard to climb. It takes effort. It takes finding the right pathway. You know, you might hit a really vertical section of the mountain and you have to navigate it a little bit. So there's twists and turns that you need to take. There's a sense of vulnerability. You know, sometimes, you know, when we're scaling a mountain, we won't always feel safe. We could fall. So there's a certain amount of faith and trust in your abilities. There's a certain amount of learning from the mistakes that you make as you go up the mountain. And I feel that's what you've been doing. I feel 2021 and 2022 for all of us. But Aries, this is your reading, so I'm going to read it for you. Has been a real learning curve. Has been a real. Some of you have done, you know, complete 180s on how you used to live your life. Some of you have turned corners where you could never be the person you were before. And for some of you, it falls somewhere in between that. But there's a sense of knowing who you are. And the Temperance here in this reading, I'm really feeling how you integrate that into your world. So you see who you are now and what you want even. And there's a sense with Temperance here of bringing that into balance with life. and the path here. And I feel like this path leads you, like this path is your soul calling, because I see this crown here as your sovereignty, your soul, your authentic self. Your authentic self is guiding you down this path. And there's a sense of real balance. I see the Temperance card as well as your guardian angel, however you view that. Your higher self, God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, creator. To me, I know to everybody it's all different. To me, that's all the same. It's one and the same. When I say I get, spirits ask me to say this or that, I feel that spirit is God, spirit is the universe, spirit is my higher self, spirit is your higher self. So there's this real connectiveness, and I feel this is what we're all starting to feel differently because our perspectives are different. So my point of view, or the way I express it, because we are restricted with language, might be different to how you may express it, Aries. But there's this sense that even though the words and the terms we use might be different, there's still this sense of connection. There's still this sense, I feel in your reading that you'll understand that. Even though my words might not be your words, you'll get that feeling, you'll get that vibe. So there's this real balance between this real solid coming into your own, Aries, and this manifesting that into the world. And the Temperance is a gentle card. There's this real gentle energy. It's kind of, and it's beautiful together, especially for you, Aries, because you're a very, whether you're a female or a male, it doesn't matter, you're a very masculine sign. Mars, your ruling planet, is masculine through and through. It embodies all the qualities of the masculine. It's a go-getter, it's that doing energy, it's that pushing energy, it's that striving. It's also the I am energy. And this time round, Aries, I feel the I am that I feel really am getting from this Emperor energy is, it doesn't come from an ego perspective at all. You can define your parameters, who you are, beautifully. But it's done in a really gentle way. It's done in a really spiritual, higher self kind of way. You see yourself clearly. You see the world clearly. You see others clearly. But there's no judgment. There's just this gentle, loving energy. In this space, we'll come to the minor arcana, the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Seven of Pentacles is really the energy of deciding, okay, I've done all this work. Am I still aligned with it? Is this still the path I want to go? Do I still want to put effort in? Effort has been put in. Do I still want to put more effort in? Do I still want to continue down this path? The Five of Swords is that energy of pick your battles. It can be a lose-lose. It can be really like, okay, yes, I've won the argument, but I've lost my friends. And I feel that I spent so long on these cards because, Aries, I feel this energy, this you understanding yourself, you seeing clearly, and this gentle loving, knowing how to be this version of yourself, this authentic version of yourself that you have now come to see and understand and embrace. And you feel that it's you, like you've integrated it. Now you're going to integrate it into the world, and you're coming at it in a real gentle kind of way. And it's really this clarity is you're going to see what serves you and what doesn't. And I feel this real lack of judgment in doing that, but just a clarity that you can go, well, look, you know what? This job has taught me so much. These people have taught me so much, but I'm not on my path anymore. So thank you, but I'm going to look for something else. You know, you'll be tweaking things, you'll be ending things, you'll be beginning things. You might, like I said, tweaking things. So not everything's going to end, but it'll be tweaked because you're learning how to be your true self in the world, but in a beautiful way with this Temperance card. You're going to know just because people are no longer in alignment with you. Like I said earlier with this clarity, you don't have to judge them. You don't have to pick situations to bits in order to give yourself permission to walk away. You'll be able to walk away without creating hurt or drama or offense. When we don't step into our power, when we want to end something, we drag in the drama. We drag in the, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to point out all their flaws. I'm going to have to really focus on all the bad bits about this job. And it's by focusing on the negative that we give ourselves permission to leave. And Aries, I don't feel that in this reading at all. I feel that owning your authentic self, trusting, you know, connecting with this, your higher self, you see your worth. You don't have to pick situations, jobs, people to bits in order to go, you know what, they're just not aligned with me anymore. That's not the path I want to take anymore. This situation is not good for me anymore. I'm going to bless it and just walk away. Or you'll find constructive ways to tweak it. These discussions won't be about pointing the finger. It'll be about, you know, let's sit together, let's discuss this. They won't be arguments, they'll be discussions. There'll be this sense of ideas being thrown around to find a better way. This is beautiful energy for you, Aries, and I feel that this is the energy of February. So February may be, it'll be a beautiful month, and it may have its difficulties because, of course, you're kind of going to be practicing this energy. You know, when we change, then every time we find ourselves in a situation in the world, you know, we might automatically go into judgment and then be like, oh no, I don't need to do that anymore. So there's going to be this real sense of maybe backwards and forwards a little bit as you learn and as you become better at being you. And then you have the humility card, and it says, humility is knowing that your truth is simply what you believe to be true in the moment. Everyone is entitled to their truth without being labelled as right or wrong, good or bad, better or worse. Stay humble and open to what life wants to teach you. Wow, that is this, my friends, in a nutshell. And Aries, this is what you're integrating into your life. This sense of knowing I have the right to be me without judgment, and others have a right to be them without judgment. And I love how it says labeled. You know, how we put labels on ourselves and on others and on situations. And I feel that you're just no longer going to do that anymore. Because I feel that life has already taught you so much, Aries. Life has already pushed and pulled and tugged And it's almost like, I really feel that life has pulled you apart, Aries, to put you back together again in a real aligned way. And when I say life has done that, the outer world has done that. But in order to continue being, you've had to tear yourself down. A bit like the tower. It tears things down in order for them to be built up again on more a solid foundation, more an aligned foundation. And I feel that's what your past has brought you, what the last couple of years has done for you, Aries. And it's been freaking tough. But oh, the rewards. And I feel that that's what's going to come in. There's going to be a sense of life with so much less drama. So much more understanding and love. And the final card, my friends, is Soul Goals. And it says, you alone define what is possible. Let no one tell you your dreams are impossible. Defy anyone who tells you your goals are too brilliant. Aim as high or wide as you like. This is your infinitely inspired life. Listen to the divine inspirations of your soul. What a way to end your reading. I don't think I need to elaborate on that, Aries. You're finding your way, my friends, and it's truly beautiful. I'm going to leave you with those messages, Aries. Love and light. Take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.